Here are the crypto top headlines covered in this video. SEC and Ripple at an impasse as legal drama moves closer to an end. Next, Bloomberg analyst says there is 70% odds SEC will approve Ethereum ETF. Also, in 2024, crypto summer is coming, and this one will be different. Welcome to Crypto Top Headlines, where there's no clickbait thumbnails or titles, and no speeches on my opinions, just bringing crypto's news to you. We are a new channel here on YouTube, and would greatly appreciate it if you would click on the like and subscribe buttons, as well as the notification bell. It does help support the channel, so thank you in advance for doing so. Now, on to these headlines. Our first top headline, SEC and Ripple at an impasse as legal drama moves closer to an end. Ripple and the SEC may have reached a summary judgment, but there are a few final steps and arguments to be had before the case is closed. The Securities and Exchange Commission is seeking a court order to order Ripple to hand over financial statements and sales contracts, according to a Thursday filing. The letter sent to Southern District of New York Magistrate Judge Sarah Netburn comes months after presiding Judge Annalisa Torres handed down her summary judgment in the case, partially siding with Ripple. Torres's ruling stated that institutional sales of Ripple's XRP token do constitute an unregistered securities offering, but programmatic sales, those done via crypto exchanges, do not. Now the SEC is seeking Ripple's financial statements from 2022 and 2023 and contracts pertaining to institutional sales that are dated after the securities regulator filed its initial complaint in December 2020. SEC attorneys also request that Ripple reveal how much it made in proceeds from institutional sales since the complaint was filed on contracts dated pre-complaint. The information is needed, the SEC says, to help Torres determine what, if any, injunctions and civil penalties Ripple should face. The letter comes as the deadline for remedies-related discovery looms on February 12th. Thursday's filing marks the SEC's first motion relating to the damages discovery period, which was scheduled in November. The SEC claims in Thursday's filing that Ripple has not produced any post-complaint discovery at all. After several Zoom calls and emails, Ripple and the SEC have been unable to come to an agreement regarding the SEC's latest request, an impasse the SEC said the court must settle. Even though Ripple has unjustifiably objected to all requests, the SEC is only moving to compel on two narrow document requests, and on one interrogatory, the SEC wrote in Thursday's filing. Courts routinely consider post-complaint conduct when determining remedies, the SEC said, so their request is within reason. The SEC has 1 month after the remedies-related discovery deadline to submit its case to the court regarding Ripple's remedies, and Ripple then has 1 month to object. It is possible the parties will come to a settlement agreement regarding remedies, which the court would have to approve. I wanted to provide an update to this article. James K. Phelan just tweeted, @Ripple has filed a motion for extension of time requesting an additional 2 days until January 19th to respond to the SEC's motion to compel. Let me pause here for a moment. If you're getting value out of this video, please click on the like and subscribe buttons as well as the notification bell. Our next top headline, Bloomberg analyst says there is 70% odds SEC will approve Ethereum ETF. Bloomberg analyst Eric Balchanas is confident that the SEC will approve a physically settled Ethereum ETF application in May 2024. Following the approval of 11 Bitcoin spot-based exchange-traded funds yesterday, market pundits have predicted the potential date for the approval of a similar product for Ethereum. Odds of Ethereum ETF approval in May pegged at 70%. Interestingly, Bloomberg intelligence analyst Eric Balchanas speculated that there is a 70% chance the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission would approve an Ethereum ETF by May 2024. Balchanas previously noted that the SEC's decision on Bitcoin spot ETFs would determine whether the regulator would approve a similar fund for ETH. While the Securities and Exchange Commission approving multiple spot-based Bitcoin ETFs, Balchanas puts the odds of an Ethereum ETF being approved in May at 70%. Balchanas' prediction aligns with the deadline that the SEC must decide whether to approve or deny at least one of the Ethereum spot ETF applications. The final deadline for the SEC's decision on Van Eck's Ethereum ETF application is May 23, 2024. Accuracy of Balchanas ETF predictions. It bears mentioning that Balchanas has been accurate in his predictions on ETF. During an exchange over the weekend, he noted that the odds of the SEC not approving a Bitcoin ETF in January is as low as 5%. The analyst indirectly put the odds of a Bitcoin ETF being approved in January at 95%. Shortly after his speculation, the SEC approved 11 spot-based Bitcoin ETF applications filed by BlackRock, ARK 21 Shares, Van Eck, and Valkyrie, among others. Top lawyer says Ethereum ETF will launch in Q3. While Balchanas seemed confident that the U.S. could see the first ever Ethereum ETF in May, pro-crypto lawyer Joe Carlosar believes the SEC's approval might take longer than expected. Per Carlosar, an Ethereum spot ETF will commence trading on a regulated exchange in Q3 2024. It is worth noting that multiple asset managers have applied to launch Ethereum spot ETFs in the United States. ARK 21 Shares, BlackRock, Grayscale, Hashdex, Invesco Galaxy, and Fidelity are among the asset managers seeking the SEC's approval for their Ethereum spot ETFs applications. Before the end of May 2024, the SEC must decide on the applications filed by Van Eck, ARK 21 Shares, and Hashdex. The SEC's decision on Grayscale's application must come on or before June 18th, Invesco Galaxy by July 5th, Fidelity Investments by August 3rd, and BlackRock by August 7th. Although these multiple applications have different deadlines, the SEC could approve or deny all of them at once. At press time, ETH was changing hands at $2,639, up 10.9% over the past 24 hours and 18.2% on the weekly charts. Our next top headline: in 2024, crypto summer is coming, and this one will be different. Expect greater stability on Ethereum, the convergence of CBDCs and stablecoins, and progress on industrial applications of blockchain tech, says EY's Paul Brody. Looking back over my past predictions about the future, it's clear that my columns have represented a lot of wishful thinking, like Oscar Wilde, who once said he could resist anything except temptation. I can predict anything as long as it's not about the future. Although I've often been wrong about what will happen in any given year, I do think some of my major forecasts have turned out to be directionally correct. Nor am I content to be a sideline observer. I'm building a blockchain business and technology with the express purpose of influencing that future path. The future I'm working to build is one built on the public Ethereum ecosystem with robust regulatory compliant business transactions and meaningful privacy protections. In this open censorship and monopoly resistant model, we can build a kind of universal business infrastructure that makes snapping together business interactions a simple, scalable, and reliable experience. In this vision of the future, financial services are easy to integrate and serve their intended purpose, to funnel capital to useful projects from startups to green energy projects. The path here has been much slower than I would like, but the progress is real. In the 10 years I've been in this sector, 8 of them at EY in this role, we've seen enterprises embrace tokenization, Ethereum has become the global standard, and the fashion for permissioned chains, though not dead, is slowly fading out. Enterprises have also embraced fiat currencies alongside crypto, and the ecosystem has largely conquered the scalability challenges through L2s. We are also remarkably far along the path to solving privacy challenges with zero-knowledge tools and applications as well. As always, much of that progress came about during dark times of our crypto winters. We're not out of the winter yet, but I am hopeful that we are not far away. Indeed, I see the gradual implementation of the Markets in Crypto Assets, or MiCA, which happens in Europe from June 2024, as an important milestone on the path back towards our next blockchain summer. I have 3 hopes about the coming summer, which I'll go ahead and call predictions. Sustainable summer. The first is that this summer proves much more sustainable. While macroeconomic changes have certainly impacted prior blockchain summers, I believe that other problems have had a much bigger impact, including ecosystems like Ethereum hitting up against their capacity limits and generating high fees, waves of fraud, and the limits of institutional capital pools. This time could be different. L2s have given Ethereum vast capacity. Regulators around the world are unlocking institutional capital flows, such as pension funds, while simultaneously giving investors greater protections from rug pulls and frauds. These measures are still immature, and there are no financial ecosystems without fraud and risk, but in the next summer, Ethereum and crypto will look and feel much closer to the rest of the financial ecosystem. Convergence of stablecoins and CBDCs. My second prediction is that we will start to see the world's central banks start to converge upon both regulated stablecoins and central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, as the preferred approach to implementing CBDCs. This won't be a result of regulators suddenly embracing decentralization and individual control. It will just be a practical choice. Nearly all CBDC plans today are connected to tokenized but centralized systems, almost none of which plan for real programmability. As a result, central banks are finding that while CBDC prototypes and pilots do work, technically their value add over existing real-time gross settlement systems is quite limited. None of the ways to fix these shortcomings look very appealing. For central banks to build fully programmable and open systems on a par with Ethereum seems like a monumental technical challenge, and deploying a single national coin onto a public network invites potential hacking risks. There will be some cases where public sector managed CBDCs will go ahead and have compelling value propositions. I believe these will be most gripping in countries that have not yet implemented national real-time payments, there aren't many, or those where governments want to see more intense and low-cost competition in the consumer payment space. The global consumer payments market is highly consolidated, and in many countries like the US and Canada, payment fees look remarkably high compared to low-cost leaders such as Australia. Despite these challenges and the lack of a clear value proposition, many central banks seem determined to deploy both retail and wholesale CBDCs. I confess I don't understand what is driving this push, but am coming to suspect that the push towards CBDCs has more to do with gaining additional power and control over the financial system than as something that really solves a major problem. Even with a CBDC, I believe regulated stablecoins are coming as well. CBDCs won't quench the demand for blockchain-based programmable money that can be used in DeFi services or for digital asset purposes. Industrial applications progress. Lastly, I hope to see industrial applications keep going with their progress. This is the slowest, most unglamorous progress you can get, but it's happening. Corporations are easily scared off by scandals like some of the crypto exchanges of late, but my hope is that memories fade and solutions improve. We will see a steady re-acceleration of adoption. I cannot promise you summer is coming in 2024, but spring is definitely in the air. So this concludes our top headlines. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to click on the like and subscribe buttons, as well as the notification bell. Also, leave your thoughts in the comments and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you all for watching Crypto Top Headlines, bringing crypto's news to you.